Okay. As you said, so do one per page.
Out
We
of
get.
town.
We got to tell them that yes, they're buried there. It's going to be
Oh my
a
God.
record, and then you have their military. Now I don't know if they're just right now because I haven't heard back on the first one. On the first one, only had 2, so I could do that one. Well, however it's easiest for you. I had it as made a zip whatever. And then so when I went to Canada, I was going to give them money. No, why? I said, no, I never knew the night. This guy. Yeah.
But I was
Mind if I join you?
No,
I'm sorry?
no, we're General Ebenezer Learned, and they are Catholic. I forgot my name, sorry.
clearly I need stats and blood pressure meds. And it's the blood pressure meds. So I don't want to have any food. I am not in a good mood. And in my blood a bunch of flavors. I hate you. Might have something to do with this.
It was beautiful. I looked, it said Waterville. That's a little bit. Oh, yeah,
We're the chapter reason. We're always here to represent.
I see 3 gentlemen.
Morning, Spirit. How are you? Good to see you.
Got the Anne-Marie stuff, right? Yes, yes.
Good morning, ladies.
Oh, yes,
Good to see you again, as always. We have so many. So I know we'll just go up there. Yes, and I know this last time we weren't quite loud. We'll have more forward. How are you? Good, how are you?
Thank you so much. You're doing well. I'll sit over here.
Easy for anything. How are you? I know. But we don't have one. Not a problem. Good
We're
morning.
going to put you in, I think, before time.
No problem. And I can just stand beside him as well and just say something brief beside
Okay,
him.
that'd be fine. Thank you.
Yes.
It's 10 o'clock.
Do you have a program? Would you like?
Sure, thank you.
Thank you very
You're
much.
on the program.
Thank you very much.
How many stops do you have today?
Today I have 4, tomorrow 5. Saturday I've got a little bit of I only got 1 stop, but Sunday and Monday are the biggest ones.
Testing.
Yeah,
that's better.
Yeah.
Well, words of wisdom have gone by. Too late now. It's 10 o'clock. Time to get started. We're going to start this program asking everybody to please stand if you're able for the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem. How many of you know the melody, who it was written for? Very few people know.
To Anacreon in heaven.
To Anacreon in heaven. That gentleman has it correct. It was a British drinking song. So everybody knows Francis Scott Key wrote the words, and nobody knows who wrote the music. That's where it came from. You have been informed. Dan? Yes. Is everybody ready? Normally, Beltran would lead us to the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare of bursting in air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Nominee. Now, a lady that hasn't been in service that long, but she certainly knows the lay of the land and all the people in it, I think. Robin Grimm, our town administrator, to welcome you all here.
Thank you. I can usually belt it out pretty good. Belt it out. And thank you for leading the national anthem. And I have to be honest with you, I don't think there's anything more beautiful than a group of people singing it. It doesn't get any better than sort of a spontaneous singing of the anthem, right? So thank you all for being here. It is actually my honor to be here. Thank you to Principal Pelly and her team and these beautiful children for coming out. There's nothing more important in education than an event like this. First, I want to say a little bit about Memorial Day. Somber, honoring those who have served, honoring those who died in service, and I think particularly we also always need to remember those who die after service, to the mental illness and struggles that they face after they serve this country. Our military is a different military than it was 40 years ago. It's comprised quite often of National Guardsmen who are plucked out of their regular sort of everyday lives and then drop back in after they do 1, 2, or 3 tours of duty. And they struggle as a result of that. They're not in that base environment with those support systems. So I think, just my message today and my thought as we move into Memorial Day is to think of those people who are struggling and what they have given to our country for us all to be here. On a happier note, this celebration is a pre-Memorial Day celebration where we honor our soldiers of our Revolutionary War. And this is so unique for me. This is the first town I've ever been in that actually features this, the heart, the start, the beginning of our country. And in New England, how could we not celebrate this? It all happened here, the Boston Tea Party. People lived up the road, right? That were in the Tea Party. And we fought against tyranny. They fought against taxation. They fought against government control. And here we are, 250 years later, celebrating the great experiment they call democracy in this beautiful republic. So honoring those soldiers, honoring those men who literally picked up arms as a militia and fought the big guy and weren't afraid to fight the big guy for what they believed in, and to their wives at home who supported them in doing that. That wasn't an easy role back then, to do that on your own and maintain the farm and everything else that had to be maintained so your children could eat while your husband went and tried to start this and successfully started this whole new thing that we are so blessed to have. So thank you to the children. I hope you understand and learn the importance of what our revolutionary soldiers did for us so we can all stand here. God bless you all. Please enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, and thank you so much to all who have served, and a prayer and a memory for those who have passed who have served. Thank you.
And we all are free because of what they did. We are not bowing down to the king or the queen. Our next speaker needs no introduction to local folks, but not all of you are from locally, and I'm glad to see you here. I'd like to introduce our state representative, Todd Smollett. He's not only our representative, he's our friend.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here with all of you today. Thank you to the good team from the DAR who are always here at this ceremony every single year. Thank you so much. To our friends at the Public House who help support this initiative every single year, thank you. And especially to our students who come out here. This is so important to see you here to be a part of this ceremony. So we are grateful to all of you. And we know you feel bad about missing school to be here, but nonetheless, you have made a tremendous sacrifice to be here. We thank the young students. I am going to shift quickly to mention something and an individual today, somebody that's very special to us here in the town of Sturbridge. And it relates to the reason that we are here today. This individual, in just a few short days, is going to be recognized by the Massachusetts History Alliance here in our Commonwealth. It's an entity that helps to acknowledge and work towards the preservation and the teaching of history all across our Commonwealth, public history, but history in general. And that individual is standing right to my left, Mr. Robert Briere. Now, Bob is getting a very special award from the History Alliance. It's called the Bay State Legacy Award. And I don't think I have to stand up here and tell you how important this man has been to the town of Sturbridge. I could go through a litany of things that he's been involved with, from his service in the United States Air Force, his service on local boards, committees, and commissions as a former moderator, a former member of the Board of Selectmen, a church organist, a person that drove the school bus for so many students, somebody that has spent so much of his time to educate others about the history of this community and the history of our Commonwealth. And it's important today because Memorial Day is not just acknowledging that sacrifice of those men and women that have gone before us in service to call of their country, but it's important that we teach the next generation when we come together for Memorial Day, to educate these young students from Burgess, to make sure that they know the importance of what that sacrifice is all about. And to also acknowledge that we wouldn't be here at this ceremony today if it wasn't for this young man right to my left, because he's the individual that actually resurrected this ceremony so that we could come together and acknowledge those men from the American Revolutionary War. I've known Bob for a short 20 years, so not as long as others. I know, but I'll tell you that anytime I've run into Bob Briere, whether it's at a Lions Club event or whether we sit down and we have a cup of coffee together, he always is willing to listen to you, to give his time, and also to share his knowledge about so many things that have happened in this community and across this Commonwealth. In addition to that, He is a great advocate for legislative initiatives that have to do with Massachusetts history, one of the most important ones being the refurbishment of our tercentenary markers all across this Commonwealth, something that he has slowly started to work on years ago here in Sturbridge, but still has a mission of getting them all refurbished across the state. It's a long slog, as government usually is, but it's an initiative that we're still working on. It's all because of this man right here. So, known as Mr. Sturbridge, if you don't know him in this community, you know nothing about the town. I'm honored to call him a friend, but I'm happy to bring him this recognition from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And I'm honored to be joined here with Amanda from Senator Fatman's office. And that acknowledgement from the House and Senate reads, "Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House and Senate offers its sincerest congratulations to Robert Briere in recognition of your receipt of the Bay State Legacy Award from the Massachusetts History Alliance, acknowledging your outstanding contribution to the interpretation and preservation of our history." I'm honored to give you this recognition today, Bob, who I call a friend and a good citizen of Sturbridge. Let's give a round of applause for this young man.
We have somebody that's not listed on the program. Our state senator could not be here this morning, but his aide, Amanda, is here.
Congratulations, Bob. We're so happy to be here to honor both Memorial Day and everything that you've contributed to this community. The senator wishes he could have been here today, but he is in Boston on a big budget week trying to get funding for our communities. I see Superintendent Boyd here, rural school aid. I know he's fighting for that. And when I think of what our town administrator, Robin Grimm, spoke to about the mental health component of our veterans, another initiative in the budget this week that he's very passionate about hoping to support is more mental health networking and services for those veterans and those active military in the state of Massachusetts. So he's been working with the state, and we're really hopeful to pilot a new program to help support them. And so with that being said, I wish everyone a safe, a healthy Memorial Day weekend, and I hope that you're able to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in many different ways you see fit. And students today, this is a really special way to do it. So thank you for your time. Have a good day. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce the man who leads the group behind us. Christopher Turtelot is commander of our honor guard, and they are all members of the Sons of the American Revolution. When I was a little kid parading on these streets for Memorial Day, there was a couple of groups that we don't see anymore. War mothers. The mothers of those who were in the service at the time. This would be World War II. The DAR, the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Sons of the American Revolution, were in our parades in Sturbridge. And they almost ceased to exist. They're still there, they're still working. So I made a call. Would you like to come to the ceremony with you? And they've been coming for this 7 years that we've been doing this. Both groups have been here. And one thing the Sons of the American Revolution bring with them is their commander, who will tell you, children, about our flag. Christopher?
A toast to the most glorious flag to ever fly over land, sea, air, and through the vastness of space. Here's to the red of it. There's not a thread of it, no nor a shred of it, and all the spread of it from foot to head. When heroes bled for it, face steel and lead for it, precious blood shed for it, bathing in red. Here's to the white of it. Go by the side of it, who knows the right of it, but feels the might of it through day and night. Womanhood cared for it, made manhood dare for it. Purity's prayer for it, physical white. Here's to the blue of it, beauteous hue of it, heavenly hue of it, star-spangled dew of it, constant and true. Diadems gleam for it, state stands supreme for it, liberty's beam for it, breaks the blue. Here's to the whole of it, the stars, stripes, and pole of it, the body and soul of it, oh, and the roll of it, sun shining through. Hearts in accord for it, swear by the sword for it, thanking the Lord for it, red, white, and blue.
Again, I may repeat myself, but it's great to have the Sons of the American Revolution here. Never in a million years would I have thought that these two groups would come to Sturbridge, not only once, but each year twice. We will repeat a similar program on Veterans Day. Sturbridge does nothing for Veterans Day to celebrate it as the welcome home or whatever for veterans. So we will repeat this program, and instead of geraniums, as I did back in 1939, we put new American flags, again, courtesy of our neighbors that each other the Pentecost. It gives me great pleasure to bring before you the state president, regent of the Daughters of the American Revolution, Carolyn Knott.
So I'm Carolyn Knott, State Regent from Massachusetts. On behalf of the 40 chapters and nearly 2,400 daughters of the state, I bring you greetings. And apparently I also brought the rain, so I'll be brief. It was raining in Hingham, that's where I'm from. So children, if you could, when you walk by this marker, please read this. This is for Revolutionary War patriots. We have 65 of them in this cemetery. You hear a lot of them, I hope, in school or maybe today, but it's particularly poignant for the daughters because we all have a patriot that goes back to the Revolutionary War, and that's how we become a daughter. So please notice the sign when you walk by, please read it, and please also note that we all have a grateful nation because of their sacrifices for freedom. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for your service, Bob, and thank you for Dan for keeping this going.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a presentation. One group of people of two, the two people make a group, and they're special. I guess it's as well as if you had 100. Michael Glick calls himself the general manager. I prefer him to call him the innkeeper. That's the old term if you ran a hotel. And so, in his right-hand man, it's young Michael Harrington. And they're both here, and for a reason. And I'll ask Anne-Marie Safai and Napeline Bertram to step forward, please. And gentlemen, if you'll come forward for a presentation.
Good morning. My name is Napeline Beltram, and I am the Regent of Captain Joe Knapp Chapter of the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution in Douglas, Massachusetts. In fact, I would like just a wave of hands from all the daughters that are in the crowd, just so you can see where we are. There is a lot of us here this morning. The DAR Community Service Award Committee provides a unique opportunity for chapters and states to provide a non-competitive recognition to organizations' outstanding voluntary service. These may include unpaid achievements in cultural, educational, humanitarian, and in this case, patriotic, historical, citizenship, or environmental conservation endeavors.
Speeches must have taken place within 5 years without compensation. The application packet that we provided to the State of Massachusetts Chair, MDAR Chair, Community Service Awards Committee, was approved, and I will ask our past regent, Anne Marie Saffaye, to provide those qualifications that we are going to present to the public house that are met today. Anne Marie?
It gives our chapter great pleasure to present this Community Service Award to the Public House in recognition of their generosity and community spirit. I recently asked Mr. Briere how the Public House got involved with this event, and he told me that when he began planning to renew this tradition of decorating the graves for Memorial Day with flowers, he asked the Public House if they would be interested in donating the flowers. Mr. Glick, General Manager and Keeper, response was, "Of course we will provide them. We are neighbors." The Public House not only provides flowers for Memorial Day, but also donates new flags, new American flags for the graves at Veterans Day. When Mr. Briere went back to the Public House and asked if they would be willing to purchase the flags, without hesitation, it was affirmed, "Yes, we will." Congratulations to the Public House for this well-deserved honor, and thank you for being a very good friend and neighbor.
Thank you to our war heroes. And that's what today is about. But the Public House takes honor in taking this award. I'm going to hold this. Neighbor. I remember that day that Bob asked me, and I said, yes, we are the closest neighbor to this cemetery. This cemetery is important to town of Sturbridge, and anything that's important to town of Sturbridge is important to the Public House. The Public House and Oldsworth Village are Sturbridge. That people can't define the difference. So the Public House is honored to be part of this town, and anything we can do to help support such as the War Memorial, we're up for. So thank you for the award, and we look forward to doing this for years to come. Thank you.
He got a professional talk, he's got a professional camera.
I'll go talk. It's almost, it's finishing up.
I just want to recognize somebody real quick, because the DAR is always recognized. They're always out front. They seem to be the vanguards of a lot of awards and plaques. The SAR is usually represented with the eye candy a lot of times, but there's another group that always shows up here every time without fail. And they're never mentioned, they never get an invite, but they're always here. And it's a gentleman back there from Sturbridge. They don't have an official name, but Sturbridge Militia. So I just want to make sure that we recognize them for them always being here and supporting Sturbridge. Okay, wherever you see a flag.
These children scamper just like Ruby did all those many years ago. Scamper through slowly, and realizing these are important places that they are visiting, and important people who are no longer here, but they sleep well in peace. Our revolutionary patriots deserve any entourage that they can get. And once again, thank you all for being here this morning. It's nice to see somebody that comes and appreciates what is taking place before them. Thank you. Once again, please stand at attention as the Sons of the American Revolution give a salute to our deceased friends, neighbors, and residents of the town of Sturbridge, our Revolutionary War patriots. Children, pay attention, this is going to be important, and no coming and trying to get a hold of the fort. Once again, this concludes our ceremony for this morning for celebrating the birth and the hardships that our revolutionary patriots went through. And the end result, it gave us, all of us, freedom. That you can't buy freedom. It has to be earned. And they certainly have helped us become the citizens we are. Thank you for coming. Be careful going home. And thank you for holding off the rain. There's a celebration going by. Bless the person riding in the back.
Bring as many friends as you got. Good luck. All right, here comes Dave. You take
Hey, Tiger, I want to see you down there.